What's good, people? Kai Storm in the building. New review for That One Voice Revised Edition. New reasons to get this book. Thank you for joining my channel today for my unpopular opinion. But of course, I got to tell you about my book because I got to get you to buy my book. Yes, indeed. Hit me up, get yourself an autographed copy, $15. The purchase information will be in the description. Now let's get to the review. Oh yes, indeed. Check out my new sponsor, BougieStoner.co. Bougie Stoner in the building with the P-Love infused body oil, cannabis infused body oil. Get yours at bougiestoner.co. Yes, new sponsors in the building because I am money. Money is me. Money comes to me abundantly. Yeah.
Shade, I don't care who be in my views. I'm posting what I want to post.
Yeah, there she go. Big goddess energy. Big goddess presence. Every time she step in that room, they feel her pressure. Her look like honey. But don't play with her, cause her fire is fierce. She the biggest one I'll do it ever. You better know that.
All right. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta gated community. Yes. There's some other personal things I needed to handle, and I almost forgot that today was Tuesday. But yes, we in the building. And the episode is called Gated Community. Carly's grand opening turns into a dinner and a show when Yandy learns she has an enemy at the gates. Okay. Sierra hopes that her marital divide hasn't conquered her chances of reconciliation. Jock attempts to cool things off between Zane and 24. Yes. We talked about this last week. Yes, we did. Oh, and of course, you are here with Kai Storm, my Unpopular Opinions channel. BougieStoner.co for your elevated needs. And of course, get yourself an autographed copy of That One Voice Revised Edition. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and give a whole special pitch to Motherhood Sex Marijuana, the podcast, because yes, we're doing a live show at Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem, 419, 3 to 6. Get your tickets from on Eventbrite. I'll include the information in the description. Yes, it's a free show. Yes, let's get into the shenanigans. Okay, so the episode is starting with a lot. It's just moving. It's doing little small clips and scenes, and it's and it's moving really fast. So and because the clouds cloud, I'm trying my best to give a complete and full review without forgetting certain points. And forgive me if I mess up people's names, because I'm no good with names, and especially, you know what I'm saying, if I get a distaste, I'll kind of, your name kind of slides away from my memory. You feel me? But let's get back to what I was saying about trying to mention shit that didn't want to forget. So it starts off with Spice at her store, Grassy Noir, and it's so funny though. On a side note, because I had bought a sweatsuit from her website thinking it was Grassy Noir, but it was one of the cheaper ones. So it wasn't Grassy Noir because her shit is not cheapy. Anyway, so yes, we start with Spice and Carly and Yandy came to visit her, and they talking about some kind of red room bistro that Carly opened, and nobody showed up, or certain people didn't show up, or Sierra didn't show up because Yandy was there, or some fuck shit like that. And then what else happened? Then we moved to Scrappy. Scrappy talking to Mama D about the surgery she about to have, and then lying to Mama D, telling her that baby mama out of nowhere, Shakira, brought out these text messages and was telling her, yeah, she showed her text messages that I want to come see my baby. You ain't mentioned that the text messages were being sent at 2 o'clock in the morning. No, you ain't mentioned that. And so Mama D sitting there listening to him and that fuckery. And then now we in some kind of ghetto east studios, and Sierra and her husband are having an argument because he's staying out at night, and he like, bitch, you telling me to get out, so I'ma leave. And then she arguing back and forth with him, and then he bounced, and then she knocked over some shit. I guess that belonged to him, some tattoo shit. I guess that belonged to him. And now we about to walk into some studio. Sierra's walking into some studio. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's definitely moving fast, and I want to make sure and capture it all. Okay, this. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and label this one of my stop tape moments. Yes, actually, yes. Let me go ahead and bring back my stop tape moment. What is a stop tape moment? Is a moment where we reach at the show where something or some fuck shit is happening that we got to stop the tape right then and there and talk about it. Now, I rewinded it a little bit because I couldn't remember homegirl's name. So Sierra walks into the studio. I remember I said Sierra walked into the studio, and she's walking into Queen Key's session. Remember Queen Key, the chick with the deep dimples, light skinned and everything. So yes, and she's talking to her. She's telling her about how, she's been having situations with her husband, and they're not getting along. The last 2 years, they that's her road dog, but they're not getting along, and she don't know what to do. She really want to fight for her marriage, and she had cut off family for him, and for all of this to happen is kind of crazy, is what she's talking about. Okay. And then she moves into the subject as to why she claims she is mad at Yandy, because apparently she was at some club. Yandy and Mendici's girl walks up to her to ask her a question. Why? Because the fuck, are you fucking Mendici? Why would she question you? She walked up to her to ask her question. She dismissed her, and I guess homegirl didn't like what happened, didn't like what was said, and she and the Mendici's girlfriend had a fight, and apparently she fought the club over that whole situation, and she is now mad at Yandy because apparently the next day she called Yandy and Mendici about it, and neither one of them answered the phone. What was they supposed to answer the phone and say? What was supposed to happen when you got them on the phone for fighting this girl in the club? And you talking about anything could have happened to you. You could have not spoke to her in the first place. You could have not responded to her. Because what the fuck? What question she walked up to you and asked you about? Why would she? If she is Mendici's girlfriend, why would she see you and talk to you when you not Yandy? Make it make fucking sense. And in other forced scenes that the producers put together to make us think that everything is copacetic, we have 24 and Jock and Scrappy, and they're exercising and boxing, and Scrappy is giving 24 boxing lessons because when he tried to go at Zay, in that argument between, Sierra, Zay, him, and Salma, he fell on the floor. So I guess Scrappy felt the need to give him boxing lessons, and and they having conversations about this, and then Jock starts talking about how he's going to bring his baby mama, his side piece baby mama that came out of nowhere, so that she can meet Kendra and the child and have a blended family. And Scrappy looked at him and said, "I tried that. That didn't work for me." And Jock immediately turned it around to him and said, "Yeah, because it didn't work for you because you still fucking your baby mama. I'm not fucking my baby mama. You feel me?" And then, you know what I'm saying? And Scrappy stood there and said, "Not me." And nobody believed him. Nobody believed him. Another stop tape moment because apparently we're at the second reopening of Red Room Bistro. And we have not only Carly's daughter in the building, but we have a dude named Hibachi. Now, I remembered him before she showed the clip back. He had a girlfriend, and Sierra didn't like his girlfriend, and Sierra put out his business that he was dating one of her friends, and they had a fight, and the girlfriend and Sierra and they had a big fight at the club. Yes, I remember that. And apparently he's part of the show because he needs, renewed chicken gift cards. See, this right here is proof that men can be really messy too. So him standing here, him talking to Erica Dixon, I love her. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she probably don't really need her chicken gift card, but she just show up just because. Fuck it, why not, right? You know what I'm saying? But she and him having a conversation. I think this right here is either Carly Red or Kendra. I ain't too sure. But anyway, she having a conversation with him, and apparently the tea being spilled right here is that him used to date Brittany, and Brittany is now Scrappy girlfriend. Apparently he dated her for 3 years, and he must have hollered at Scrappy like, "Yo, is you fucking with her or not?" And he said that Scrappy lied to him, so about, "Nah, I ain't hitting that. That's not me." And then come to find out, he see on Instagram or whatever that they on a trip together. You know what I'm saying? So he telling the ladies right here, and that's why Miss Erica Dixon got her head cocked to the side, because he telling the ladies that, nah, you know what I'm saying, that, we was together for 3 years, but and we speak every now and then when we see each other, we keep it cute. He literally said, "We keep it cute." And Miss Erica Dixon over here, like, how cute do you keep it? Like, how cute is we keeping it, sir? Let's tell the people about how cute you keeping it, because we want to hear it. Child, we want to hear it. Now, hold on, Yandy. Now. We're not about to slide past the fact that you got it right this time. No, we're not about to slide past the fact that you got it right this time. Yes. That's correct. That is very much correct. Okay, so we're going to talk about that argument, or at least what I understood out of that argument. That's the best way I could describe it. So, Yandy is sitting there, and as you can see, she got the right hat on, and everybody's got a piece of red because it's the Red Bistro, Carly Red. Then Sierra walks in. Sierra walks in with the Erica, that's Jasmine ex-friend, because she just needs I need to be on the TV screen chicken gift card. So, and they walk up to Yandy. Yandy automatically gets the sour face, and Yandy is trying to tell Sierra, "Listen, you had a fight with some chick. I don't know this chick. She is not Mendici's side piece, but you had a fight with this chick, and that shit ain't had nothing to do with me. You mad at me over something that didn't have nothing to do with me, much less I wasn't there." Sierra's response is, "Bitch, that bitch walked up to me while I was on a date with my husband, and she was so ballsy to say some shit, and I'm in the club fighting the whole club, fighting this bitch and fighting the whole club, and I try to holler at you and you don't say shit. And the main thing I'm mad at you is that you don't live in the truth, that you recognize that this is Mendici's side bitch, and give me some props for fighting the bitch for you. And Yandy, and matter of fact, and then she even mentioned, yes, that her and Yandy had a off-camera conversation that entails that she did not want to divulge her business on Love and Hip Hop. She didn't want to give them her entire business on Love and Hip Hop, which I absolutely believe that piece of business that she said. I believe that was true, because then Yandy's response was, if me and you had a conversation off camera and now you bringing it on camera in front of all these people in front of cameras, then that's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't say that if it didn't happen. You wouldn't say that if that's not what happened. You feel me? So so Yandy gave me, I'm not giving up no extra information, and at the same time you want me to join you in this aggravation that you had a fight with somebody that had nothing to do with me. Had nothing to do with it. And my unpopular opinion on that shit is Yandy's right. Yandy's motherfucking right. If you fought that bitch, you should call it that you fought that bitch, that she said some shit you didn't like, so you beat her ass. Simple. And you just happen to hear that her and Medici in some situation. Therefore, after you beat her ass, you then call Yandy and be like, yo, Yandy, I don't know why she walked up to me, but she said some shit, she got her ass beat. And that would have been the end of that. But no, you took it upon yourself to say, because Yandy's not up and telling the world that this is Mendici's side piece or new chick or whatever. And Yandy said it best. Yandy said he could be fucking her. He could be doing all of the things. But guess what? That's none of your motherfucking business. And I agree. That's none of your motherfucking business, Sierra. 1 minute. Because they show a scene where Spice, I go out on studio for meet Queen Key for help her with our music, and Queen Key not there, and Spice, I tell her, say, yeah, waste my time, me show up for you and cancel thing for you, and you're not there. You really waste Spice time? My bestie Spice? You waste VR time? Or producers came up with this fuckery scene to make it look like, because you couldn't, I mean, you really couldn't stand. You had a date with Spice and stood her up? No, sir, you must be crazy. Okay, so Jock apparently is having some sort of like intimate session where he's performing. So yeah. Anyway, everyone is there. Erica Dixon is there. Ashley and Zane are there, and there's little I guess break room sections going off, because in one section we got Ashley, Erica Dixon, and oh shit, Ashley, Erica Dixon. Who else is there? Was it Carly Red? Shit. Who was the third chick? Ah, shit. Damn. No, it was Kendra. Okay, cool. So it's Carl. So it's Ashley, Erica Dixon, and Kendra, and then Jock, Lil Zane, and Scrappy. And everybody's in their own little conversation. And Erica is like, okay, I don't want to talk to Scrappy about Brittany yet, but because he got a lot going on. His mama is having her whole hip replaced. Thank you for telling us that, Erica Dixon, because I was trying to remember if that was going on. Is it her hip? Yes, it's her hip. And so she didn't want to bother him right then and there, I guess, to also stretch out the drama about that. And then they're talking to Ashley, and Ashley's talking about how that her and Lil Zane about to buy a house, but Lil Zane don't want to put her name on it because she still want to hold on to the ex-husband last name. And Kendra asking her, what's going on? What are you doing? You serious? And then apparently Zane and Scrappy and Jock talk about it, but they whispering. They talk about the same thing, but they whispering. And both men was like, nah, fuck that. Don't let her change. Don't let her put her name on the house until she your name and her name match. And it was to the point where, at one point where it was like, because they was whispering. Scrappy asked him, yo, why are we whispering? And literally, Jock looked at him and said, nigga, it's a house full of people, and mad people can hear us, and they can hear us too. So we most certainly gonna be whispering. As soon as they looked over there, everybody looked back at each other like, yeah, we know what y'all talking about, and you know what we talking about. Okay, yes, so Scrappy and Scrappy's worried about Mama D. Mama D's in the hospital getting her hip replaced. And Erica Dixon is there, and he's happy that Erica is there because after all these years, she's family. She's family. Yeah. Anyway, so now we're rolling up on a scene where Sierra is going to be talking to her husband about what's going on with her relationship, with their relationship, and it sounds like he going to be calling her out on some fuck shit that she been doing. And I like to hear it. I definitely want to hear it. Well, Sierra, wow, that kind of got me at a loss for words a little bit, but because I'm not here to judge and point fingers, because it could have been a combination of both. It could have been a combination of, you know what I'm saying, like he said, you don't take accountability for things that you do. He said that all you do is think about the money. And at the same time, you was probably in other, in other people's affairs so much that you wasn't concentrating on your relationship. If I remember correctly, I believe that's one of the reasons why the dude that was fucking with Miami Tip left her, because she was all up in other people's business. But at the same time, it was all some shit that he was saying that he was just using her for clout, But yeah, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. And not only did it get to a point where they didn't get to understand it, well, they did get to an understanding. The understanding was that Zay looked her dead in her face and said, I want a divorce. This is not working, and I want to take time to put me first. He said that he let a whole year go by where she was talking shit to him and treating him like shit before he even say something back to her. And at the same time, she said that whole year was a year she was going with multiple miscarriages and going through depression and all kind of shit. So it could have been it definitely sounded like a combination of both. But he said he done. And she said, I'm not crying, and I'm going to give you your divorce. And then he walked away with, I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Now, this next scene is a scene at a cigar bar where Jock invited Zane and 24 to talk of this shit through. On one hand, you got 24, hold on. You got 24 saying, Lil Zane was on some bitch ass shit, because when he heard about this shit, the first he heard about it, instead of going to directly to 24 with the news, he went and talked to everybody and their mama about the news. And on the other hand, we got Zane saying, nigga, why the fuck you mad at me? You should be mad at your wife, or mad at Zay, or mad at Zay's brother, or, you know what I'm saying? But no anger should be directed at me. My unpopular opinion, They both right. Zayn, you a bitch ass motherfucker for spreading the fucking news like being a straight up bone carrier. And yes, 24. Who the fuck is you really mad at? Who the fuck is you really mad at? I don't know. Wait, let me make sure this shit is on. Okay, yes, it's on. I don't know. I'm giving some side eye up in this bitch because hello, now all of a sudden 24 is showing up with receipts saying that Salma had a conversation in front of him with Zay's brother and saw text messages with Zay's brother that it was a storyline that they are using and it was and based on that it was a storyline that all of a sudden that this was irrelevant information to be discussed with everyone, and you still a bitch ass nigga because you ran around and told all the stories and claimed you saw receipts. And instead of doing all of that, when me and you had multiple times when we were talking when we were in Puerto Rico, and you didn't say nothing to me. Now, as far as this being a storyline, again, we all discussed the conversation where Salma had a conversation with her supposed long time friend Bambi, and they made it clear that yes, she apparently cheated. So now it's a storyline. Now it's conveniently a storyline. Okay, and again, yeah. Zayn is making some valid motherfucking points. Jock set up this meeting with me and you for me to talk to you because how you was talking shit about my life. But at the same time, why ain't Jock set you up a meeting with you and Zayn's brother? What the fuck? This all started because of Zayn's brother, right? You calling me a bitch ass nigga, but what the fuck is up with the nigga that's fucking your wife? What's up with the nigga that's fucking your wife? Again, both of them are right. Both of them are right. Bombastic side eye to Zane. Because he gonna talk about how my woman ain't never cheated on you. You don't know that. Because you clearly be outside on a daily, coming home 4 o'clock in the morning on a daily. So you don't know what she doing. Especially because she want to keep her ex-husband last name. You don't know what she doing. And you talking about it's a big difference between Lil Zane and 24. How? Y'all both y'all both on Love and Hip Hop doing the same shit, trying to pretend like y'all big when y'all not. What's really good? With pot calling the kettle? Bad to blood clot bad. And with the blood clot I go on your so. You know what I'm saying? Madman attack to madman. Oh God. Whoa, the shade that just hit me just now. Cause he was like, because 24 literally said to Zayn that no, that this is your gossiping is not what makes a man. It's what you do that makes a man. And if you had came to me like a man and talked to me, there's plenty of times we was by ourselves when you could have said something. You could have handled that shit. But instead, you let Mama D handle that shit because she's like, why? Let me handle this shit because this nigga pussy. And then Zayn responds with, yo, I tried to pull you to the side. When, nigga? When, nigga? When? Because nobody saw that shit. Nobody saw that bullshit. When, nigga? the fuck out of here. And just before I put it on pause, your man said something about shit. Zay got more problems going on in his life, you know what I'm saying? Failed music career, failed relationship going on. I caught that real quick before I put it on pause. And they end the episode with a yelling of who's better than who and who's trying to be who because according to 24, you know what I'm saying, uh, uh you must Lil Zane must want to be Zay's brother because he keep talking about his wife and he keep talking about his girl, about his wife and his relationship, and he's just like, motherfucker, we are right over here and you talking shit about a nigga that we done passed and moved on about. We don't have to get your approval to move on about the shit, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Zay's response is, "You shouldn't have pulled up on me with this conversation. You should have pulled up on him." And no, and 24 is like, "Shit, I didn't even want to come here." And he was like, "Well, why did you come?" He's like, "I came because I respect Jock." He's like, "Well, shit, you should have did this sat down with motherfucking Zay." And he's because you apparently cool with everybody, even Scrappy. And he was like, "Well, shit, Scrappy's my nigga." He's like, "Yeah, Scrappy's your nigga because you scared of Scrappy." He's like, "Nigga, I ain't scared of no Scrappy. Fuck out of here." And then Lil Zane did some corny, representation, talking about he walked out, walked away from the conversation like he was Tupac, talking about he got the juice, like the movie Juice, and it looked dumb. It looked dumb. But hopefully this is the end of this conversation because, you know, like I said, both of them is right. One nigga should have minded his business. One nigga, once he heard, should have came straight to him and said it instead of talking to everybody like a bitch. And then another nigga is like, if anybody you should be mad at is mad at the other nigga that apparently has been accused or has been shown in receipts that is fucking your wife. And clearly, whether he was fucking your wife or not fucking your wife, you've accepted it, or you've accepted the situation around it. But next week, we're gonna be talking to Jock's side chick that he mentioned, and she gonna be meeting Kendra, and then we're gonna have a scene where Miss Jessica White and her new baby daddy is meeting his mama, and Bambi is there, and she's telling mama her plan, and I guess boyfriend didn't know nothing about it, and they having a discussion about that, and now Bambi is talking to Brittany and telling Brittany how Scrappy is always trying to holler at her and take the kids and go move out of the country. And then the last scene we got motherfucking Georgia Prune, Spice, and Carly talking about whatever the hell is going on in Georgia Prune's life, because Georgia Prune has to continue to get her chicken gift card up on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And that's it. That's no more. You check out my channel sponsor, you get a book, and you holler at me. You know what I'm saying? You holler at me. I holler at you, you holler at me. Keep it cute in the comments. Keep it cute in the comments. And oh, yes, if you're in New York and you can make it to a Motherhood Sex Marijuana live show on 419 at Marcus Garvey Park, get yourself a ticket. Tickets come with gift bags. Later.